Hello everyone, the name's Lucina. You may know me from the Fire Emblem series. Today I will talk about Fire Emblem Warriors. Fire Emblem Warriors is a hack-and-slash action role-playing game developed by Omega Force and Team Ninja, and published by Koei Tecmo in Japan and Nintendo internationally for the Nintendo Switch and new Nintendo 3DS. The game was released in Japan in September 2017, and worldwide the following month. The game is a collaboration between Koei Tecmo's Dynasty Warriors franchise and Nintendo and Intelligent Systems' Fire Emblem series. The game received generally positive reviews, with critics praising the combination of Fire Emblem and Dynasty Warriors gameplay and drawing favorable comparisons to Hyrule Warriors, originally released in 2014 for the Wii U. A successor, Fire Emblem Warriors, Three Hopes, was released for Nintendo Switch on June 24, 2022. Fire Emblem Warriors is a hack-and-slash action role-playing game similar to the Dynasty Warriors series in which players take the role of Rowan and Leona, and characters from several Fire Emblem games. Games represented in Warriors include the Fire Emblem games Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, Gaiden, the Blazing Blade, Awakening, and Fates. The player defeats enemies with any character, accomplishing specific goals to beat maps. In addition to hack-and-slash combat, the game includes the ability to give tactical commands to units in the weapon triangle, which originated from the Fire Emblem series. Weapons in the game include axes, lances, swords, bows, tomes, and dragon's tomes. When characters assist, heal, or fight alongside each other in battle, their bond strengthens. Like in Fire Emblem games, if two characters' bond increases enough, a support conversation will be unlocked. The game will also utilize all existing and future Fire Emblem amiibo figurines, which give weapons related to the character represented by the amiibo that is used. While the royal twins of Tilis, Rowan and Leona spar with their friend Prince Arios of Grisdom, the kingdom is suddenly attacked by monsters. The three are separated from the twins' mother, Tilis' Queen Yelena, during the attack, who gives them the Shield of Flames before being captured. The group learns that Dario's father Oscar is seeking to revive the evil Chaos Dragon Velis Arc, and that they must power up the Shield of Flames with gleamstones created from the power of heroes from other worlds to prevent Velis Arc's resurrection. Rowan and Leona travel across Tilis, rallying support from heroes from the otherworldly nations of Lis, Hoshido, Nor, and Alta. During an attack on a Gristan fortress, Velis Arc successfully possesses Darios, who steals the Shield of Flames just after it is complete. Rowan and Leona pursue him to Gristan, where they discover Yelena has been captured to be used as a sacrifice to revive Velis Arc. Rowan and Leona successfully rescue their mother, leading to Darios sacrificing Oscar to complete the ritual to revive Velis Arc. Now freed from the possession, Darios returns the Shield of Flames to the group before falling to his death. Rowan, Leona, and the other heroes then battle Velis Arc and finally slay him. With Velis Arc slain, the other heroes return to their home worlds and Queen Yelena crowns the twins as rulers of Tilis. Fire Emblem Warriors was developed by the same team as Hyrule Warriors, a collaboration between the Dynasty Warriors series and The Legend of Zelda. The game was co-developed by Koei Tecmo Studios Omega Force and Team Ninja and Fire Emblem developers Intelligent Systems. Koei Tecmo first proposed the project to Nintendo, who were more than willing to collaborate, making the game a title for their in-development Nintendo Switch home console. The idea of the game came during the development of Hyrule Warriors Legends, as the touchscreen controls bore similarities to those of the Fire Emblem series. The game was announced in January 2017 as part of a Nintendo Direct broadcast dedicated to the Fire Emblem series, although it had already been in development for around 2 years before this time. It was released in Japan on September 28, 2017, and released in North America, Europe, and Australia on October 20, 2017. 3 packs of paid additional content were announced before the game's release. Each pack added 3 new playable characters, new support conversations, and 3 new maps for history mode, in addition to new weapons, costumes, and other content. Each of the DLC on a different Fire Emblem game, Fates, Shadow Dragon, and Awakening respectively. If all 3 packs were bought together in the Season Pass, an additional costume was unlocked. Fire Emblem Warriors received mixed reviews according to review aggregator Metacritic, with the Nintendo Switch version holding a score of 74/100 based on 72 critic reviews and the new Nintendo 3DS version receiving a score of 69/100 based on 12 reviews. The game received praise for bringing a more nuanced, textured experience to the Lucina genre. 16, but drew criticism for its shallow take on traditional Fire Emblem mechanics and roster choice. The Nintendo Switch version sold 41,491 copies within its first week on sale in Japan, while the new Nintendo 3DS version sold 18,357 copies. In April 2018, Koei Tecmo revealed that the game sold 1 million copies worldwide. The game also features a pair-up mechanic inspired by the pairing mechanic seen in Awakening and Fates. When approaching another playable character on the battlefield, the player has the option to pair up with that character. This action will remove the second playable character from the battlefield, but will boost the stats of the character under the player's control. When paired up, characters can perform a dual special attack. The player can also ask the other unit to attack the enemies, or this unit can automatically shield the player from taking a hit, with a gauge system that seems similar to the paired-up defense mechanic featured in Fates. The player may also swap back and forth between control of each unit in the pair. Additionally, the player may pair a playable unit with an allied unit that is not controllable. This allied NPC unit becomes a vanguard and will aid the defense of the playable unit, but cannot be controlled directly. The close-range weapon triangle is featured in Fire Emblem Warriors. Fighting with a character whose base weapon has an advantage over their enemy grants them higher base damage, the ability to expose armor gauges during a combo, and can deplete the armor gauges quicker as their armor gauge is golden instead of gray. Fighting with a neutral matchup causes the character to deal normal damage. They cannot expose armor gauges during a combo, but depletes them at a normal rate. Weapon disadvantages causes the character to deal reduced damage against the advantaged enemy, cannot expose armor gauges during a combo, and depletes the armor gauge much slower. Other weapon traits from the main series have carried over into the series. Bows deal effective damage against flying units while a staff can heal allies. Weapons can have special skills like Firearms Layer or Armor Slayer, which deals effective damage against specific unit types. Most legendary weapons in-game retain their same unit effectiveness in Warriors, such as Falchion dealing increased damage to dragon units or the Winged Spear dealing increased damage to armor and cavalry units. My opinion on this game is brilliant. First, however, one must accept going into this installment of the series that Nintendo partnered with Koei to help make a better hack-slash game, whereas all other Fire Emblem games are made by Nintendo alone. Maybe Nintendo partnered with some other developers on other Fire Emblem games, but it's certainly not how this game series usually is developed. If you can get past that aspect, as well as that this isn't as tame as other Fire Emblem games being a hack-slash style game, then all the right elements are in place for a very solid, memorable, thoroughly enjoyable experience. I think negative reviews here come simply because the game doesn't adhere to what Fire Emblem games usually are known for, but I for one like most of the games from Koei, and I've enjoyed other Fire Emblem games as well, so I was pleased from the beginning with the general concept. The fact that it does it well is just the icing on the cake. It definitely does earn its teen rating. While Nintendo is notorious for gearing most of their big series games towards kids, it's nice to see a few that transcend the line between young gamers, adult gamers, and offers something for both at the same time. While I personally would suggest at least age 11 or 12 here, the point is that it's not so hardcore that it alienates younger gamers who may already have played other Fire Emblem games, and again, is not afraid to implement a bit needed to keep the gameplay realistic, which in this case means it is a bit graphic, not over the top, but a bit. It's sad that Nintendo has in the past catered so much to kids that some games end up looking weird because of it, such as the cheesy fake blood used in MK games from the Sims era. It's nice seeing Nintendo allowing games with graphic content when needed. No, I'm not one who thinks Nintendo has something to prove so as to be able to say that they offer stuff for hardcore gamers. No, it's that it's seldom that specific examples get highlighted when they come out. It's even more so when said game is a first-party game of Nintendo's. Just play it but don't expect it to be too much like other titles in this series. Well, that's all I have to say for now. See you all very soon.